Hi, Dave from Informed American here. Are you watching the Republican National Convention as it kicks off tonight? I'll be running from Monday through Thursday. Just wanted to get your thoughts on what your expectations are. Will you be tuning in? I wanted to highlight as we're kicking off today is the first night on this Monday. You can tune in between 9 and 11. That's when all the festivities and speakers will be going on, and you can watch them pretty much on every news network. I'm assuming we'll be carrying it, and also, if you're like me and don't have a cable subscription, you can also watch. You can watch everything on Facebook, on YouTube. There'll probably be some stuff on Twitter, and of course there will be clips all over the place. And if there's something interesting tonight, I will highlight that for all of you tomorrow. Maybe there'll be an interesting speech. I mean, I talked to Rodney last Friday, asked him if he had seen the Democrat National Convention. He said he didn't see, I don't think, a minute of it, other than maybe a clip here or there. And that was basically me too. So it is interesting to see. I wanted to get your reaction. If you're watching now, let me know if you plan on watching tonight, if you plan on tuning in. The one highlight, and really the big draw, of course, is President Trump. Now, apparently he's going to speak every single night for some amount of time, and then he will have his major acceptance speech and address on Thursday night from the Rose Garden at the White House, which I believe it's at the Rose Garden, which was just redesigned. So that's where he'll give his speech. Now, I wanted just to highlight who's coming on today in case you hadn't gotten a chance to see this. If you are curious, if you are tuning in, let's see who we got here. Now the title for tonight the title for the convention is Honoring the Great American Story. And as it says here, as I mentioned, we'll close with Trump delivering the speech accepting the Republican National Convention from the White House. So here's what we've got coming tonight. We've got Cardinal Dolan, Charlie Cook of Turning Point USA. I don't know Rebecca Friedrichs, Tanya Weinreich. I don't know who that is. Matt Gaetz, controversial representative. We've got Kim Classic. I don't know who that is. Ronna McDaniel, of course, the chair of the Republican National Committee. I mean, looking through, Jim Jordan, Herschel Walker, former NFL player, of course. I mean, is there anything here that really sticks out? The ones that really do stick out to me coming up tonight, I think to me the big one is Mark and Patricia McCloskey. The St. Louis couple who pointed guns at Black Lives Matter protesters. Remember this, guys? We all remember this, don't we? The Black Lives Matter group that sort of broke through that private residence in St. Louis, who were on their way to the mayor's house, and the McCloskeys. The McCloskeys, brandished their weapons. Now they were charged. I don't know what the latest news on that one was, but I remember that people up high in the state were saying that this is nonsensical. Please drop the charges. So. And certainly, President Trump lent his support to them. So I think that's the highlight for me. We got Kimberly Guilfoyle, the House Whip Steve Scalise, Seth Parnell. I mean, I don't know. Nikki Haley, I guess. I mean, do you really care about Nikki Haley? Don Trump Jr., he's always entertaining, and Senator Tim Scott. So that is it for me. I see two highlights there for me. I see the McCloskeys just to see what they're going to say. I mean, this is going to be it's probably going to certainly be a passionate Second Amendment speech. Maybe throw in something there about the law and order kind of a thing potentially, and then clearly an endorsement of President Trump. And that's so that's number one. Number two, I think you always want to see the president. So just wanted to jump in here just to let you guys know what to expect tonight, how you can tune in, who's going to be on the docket tonight. I mean, I don't know if you're going to sit there and watch for 3 hours, but like I said, I think what we'll do tomorrow potentially, of course we have the BS podcast coming, but if there's something interesting out there, I will keep an archive, as I usually do, of all the stuff going on the internet of really interesting stuff. And if I have some clips, some great moments that happen tonight, I will certainly save them and share them all with you if you happen to miss them. So yeah, I want to know if you're watching. Are you going to watch the RNC? Let me know. Comment down below if you see something interesting out there. If there is anyone in particular that you're looking forward to. We got Melania Trump on Tuesday. Eric Trump, Tiffany Trump. There's going to be a lot of Trump speaking as I'm reading through here. I mean, looking ahead. Let's just keep going here. Might as well. Pam Bondi, Senator Rand Paul, Mike Pompeo. Who's this? Mary Ann Mendoza, mother's son who was killed by an illegal immigrant. Look at this. Actually, here's one for Tuesday to look forward to. Nicholas Sandman, student student who sued. Now this is you remember this? Nicholas Sandman, the student who sued news outlets after confrontation with Native American activists. Now this is the most sanitized description. CBS News, thank you. You remember this story with the group of it was the Covington Catholic kids who were somewhere touring, I guess in Washington, and that Native American Vietnam veteran, I think his name is Nathan Phillips. Remember that he was beating the drum in these kids' faces, and Nicholas Salmon famously, kid was just freaked out, and he just kind of like nervously smiled. He's a 15-year-old kid, 16-year-old kid, whatever he was at the time. And CNN and Washington Post and a bunch of news outlets were publishing his name and basically trying to instigate the online mob against Nicholas Sandman and these other Covington Catholic kids, which I believe were from Kentucky. But they were all wearing MAGA hats. So he sued them. And not only did he sue them, of course, CBS didn't finish this, but got 2 settlements, one from CNN and one from the Washington Post. So it'll be interesting to see what this young man has to say. I believe he's 18 now and is getting into his first year of college. And of course, when he was accepted to wherever he was going, people were trying to cancel him and pressuring whatever college he went to drop him, to get rid of him because he's just, a terrible kid for smiling or whatever the heck. Looking to Wednesday, we've got Mike Pence, Dan Crenshaw, so some people who particularly Lee Zeldin and Elise Stefanik, who are big, certainly one of the most vocal Trump supporters. Kellyanne Conway, interesting. She's reportedly going to speak now that she's got, of course, the stuff going on with the divorce of her divorce with her husband, who's an outspoken Trump critic, and then the 15-year-old daughter who doesn't like the president and is very vocal. I guess it was news today, in fact, that she was seeking emancipation. So hopefully they can get their house in order. Looking down here, Laura Trump. I wouldn't call this like a cavalcade of stars or anything like that. Thursday is the big one. Of course, President Trump, Ben Carson, Mitch McConnell, Tom Cotton. These are more of the heavy hitters. Mayor Giuliani, Franklin Graham. Interesting here, Dana White, president of UFC. So interesting surprise there. This isn't like the Democrats where you can get a Julia Louis-Dreyfus or an Ava Longoria or someone like that. It's just a different cast of characters for the DNC versus the RNC. You also won't get to see that horrible Billy Lord music video, so we'll all be spared from that in case you happen to check that out. So yeah, that's what's ahead for the RNC today through Thursday night. I'd love to know what you think all about that. And it's all about President Trump. That's really what it's all about. And then it remains to be seen what kind of potential bump the president can get in these polls, if any, and then seeing possibly a delayed bump. All these things kind of delay a little bit we had the Democrat National Convention. We'll see if Biden gets a little bit of a bump from there, and then of course President coming back, see if there's a bump, and then we'll be in September, everyone, heading into Labor Day, into basically the home stretch of this election season. So very, very exciting times for all of you. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. Of course, head on over to informedamerican.com where you can get real smart news in your inbox, and also check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/bigimpactmedia. Thanks for watching.